Well, we have another fantastic Christie moment. This time taunting Trump because Trump goes after Christie on social media, calls him names, but isn't brave enough to actually show up to the debate and debate with Christie. And we've gotten confirmation that Trump won't be showing up to the second Republican presidential primary debate next week. And Christie's saying, listen, as Wolf Blitzer reads to him negative things that were said by Trump about Christie on True Social, he's real brave behind the, True Social wall. But if he actually was willing to say these things and stand by them, then show up on the debate stage and say them to my face. And here is that moment from CNN.
That are coming up right now. As you probably know, Donald Trump, he posted a series of social media attacks going after you, attacks against you last night. He called you, and I'm reading now, a grifter. He attacked your record as governor of New Jersey, and he attacked your campaign. He clearly sees you as a potential significant rival.
Right. Well, he said himself, Wolf, a few weeks ago, I only attack number two. Well, he has stopped attacking Ron DeSantis and he started attacking me. You and I have sat here before and had this conversation. I told you that I was going to gain in this race. We've seen it now in all the polling in New Hampshire. I'm a second place in New Hampshire. We are going to take on Donald Trump directly. And he doesn't like it when he's taken on directly and he's confronted. I'm the only one on that stage who was unwilling to raise my hand beside Asa Hutchinson and say I wouldn't support a convicted felon for president of the United States. He doesn't like when people stand up to him and call him out on the nonsense that he's involved in. And I guess he had a bad night last night. Maybe he had some bad Chinese food or something, Wolf. But at 11:30 at night, a little indigestion, decided to attack me. Keep it coming, Donald. And by the way, if he had any guts, he'd get on the debate stage and he's got things to say about me. Stop hiding behind your social media site, your failed social media site, Donald, and start taking me on directly. Show up. Stop being a coward.
The Wall Street
True that. Now, I said before that the reason Trump's not showing up to the debate, they say, oh, it's because he's leading so much in the polls and he doesn't feel it's necessary. I think it's almost solely because he's terrified of Christie. Because with all that we've talked about when it comes to Christie, he is so far from me on policy and we would clash consistently in that realm. As a debater, effective, and his criticisms of Donald Trump are accurate. And so, sure, DeSantis might try to sort of nudge Trump and you were too friendly with Fauci, and Vivek Ramaswamy might say, I'm the better version of Trump, I'm Trump 2.0, or Nikki Haley might do a little here and there. Christie will look at Trump and go after him on things that are devastating about Donald Trump. Now, that might be enough to hurt Trump, which is why I want it to happen within some of the Republican Party. But most of those criticisms about his complete absence of leadership, the opposite of that on January 6th, and just all that goes along with Donald Trump, his threat to democracy, to the rule of law, Mark Milley, as we just talked about, warning of Trump's threat to the rule of law. And those things won't necessarily resonate with the hardcore MAGA supporters, but at least they will be heard by a lot of people and will, to his face, have Trump have to answer for those criticisms. And likely he wouldn't be able to nail his answers. And so then for the general public too, you get more of, for maybe those swing voters or whatever, more of an example of why Trump shouldn't be in the White House once again, as he's being called out by Christie. And then I love if you're so brave on your social media site, why can't you show up and say it to my face? And that's a sign of cowardice for sure. So there it is, Christie doing it again. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show and get a bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. And there's a link in the description.